What it do, bruh? Talk of the town, Nintendo, Doc Trey, still holding it down, still make the best games, and you know this, bro. It's the truth. If you don't like it, you can have that seatbelt. Alright, so this might be a long one. So, if you guys haven't noticed, anyone, it seems on YouTube or on Twitter that just has the slightest opinion that any of this NVIDIA Tegra stuff could possibly be true for the NX. You got a bunch of haters going in on them just for believing in the possibility of these rumors being legit. And I'm asking myself, if this is actually true, if these rumors of it using a Tegra-based architecture are true, and it's a console that also has portable capabilities, really, like, what are the real cons to that being true? Let's assume, for example, that the rumors are true, and that the Nintendo NX actually uses the Tegra X2, or a chip based on the Tegra X2, which would actually put it pretty much on par with the vanilla Xbox One and PlayStation 4, while also being more efficient and use newer tech. How is that a negative? How is having a system on par with the current generation that you can also take on the go and play anywhere? How is that a con? That's what I'm trying to understand. Because it seems like the majority of the people that have a problem with this being true, it's either because they don't want to be wrong, or two, are worried about the graphics. But here's the crazy part, because I remember what people say. I remember the comments that they leave. I have a pretty photographic memory when it comes to this kind of thing. And I noticed that a lot of the people that have a problem with these or trying to discredit these Tegra rumors are some of the same people, or actually most of the same people, that just a short time ago claimed that they didn't care much about graphics. Wii U graphics were just fine. Such and such Wii U game looks as good as such and such PlayStation 4 game, in my opinion. But now that it's coming out that the system might not be at least on paper, as powerful as the PlayStation 4, or definitely not as powerful as the PlayStation 4 Neo and the Scorpio, now all of a sudden, those graphics aren't good enough. Even if it used the supposed placeholder chip, the Tegra X1, that would still give us way better graphics than the Wii U. But somehow, that is no longer enough. But here's the crazy part to me. If the Wii U sold well, was getting a bunch of support, getting a bunch of games like the other systems, and Nintendo announced an adapter that was $150 to $200 that enabled you to play all your Wii U games on the go, I can almost guarantee you most of these people would have bought it. And before you say, I would never buy something like that, just think back and remember that you paid over $200 to replace your 3DS for a slightly better screen. Just remember that before you say, I would never do that. Because the new 3DS Or no, I'm sorry, not the new 3DS, because a bunch of smart people didn't buy that. But as far as the 3DS XL and all that stuff, people rebuying it just for better screens, still plopping down that extra couple $100. No real improvement in the graphics or anything like that. You telling me that you wouldn't have bought a adapter to be able to play your Wii U games anywhere? You're lying. Have that seat. Now, regarding the NVIDIA versus AMD thing, here's the funny part. People trying to say, Trey, you're Team Tegra. No, I'm Team wait and see. I've been researching on both ends, okay? All I'm telling you is that the Tegra stuff looks legit, and I'm pretty much positive that NVIDIA is involved in the NX in some way, and people are getting upset about that. And that's funny to me, because they want to tell me, there's just so much more evidence that points to AMD over NVIDIA. No, not really. Most of the things that people are saying are facts regarding AMD and NX are actually just assumptions and educated predictions. There's no facts that say the NX is going to use AMD whatsoever. There is no facts. No matter what you say, there are no facts supporting this other than past history. Now you can say, the line's right on the wall. They've been working with the fellows at AMD technically since the N64. That's true. But by that same token, they've been working with IBM since the GameCube. Is the NX going to use a PowerPC CPU? Exactly. That don't mean anything, especially considering Nintendo says that the NX is not going to be a successor to the 3DS or the Wii U, implying that they are making a clean freaking break. Period. Now, I've seen some people, they seem to be worried about ports when it comes to the NX if it uses a Tegra processor. But you shouldn't be really worried about that, because these Tegra processors that NVIDIA has been coming out with lately are compatible with every damn thing. They're compatible with Vulkan. They're compatible with Unreal Engine 4. They're compatible with freaking everything. All of these Tegra processors, actually, all of the last two graphics architectures that NVIDIA has come out with, which would be Maxwell and the new Pascal architecture, were built with mobile in mind first, then bumped up, had the specs bumped up to what we see in the desktop graphics cards. All of these new NVIDIA cards that are coming out for the PC with all these high teraflops and all of that architecture started mobile first. This is a fact. This is something that they have come out with and said a couple years ago. And the reason for that was for scalability. Now, I've seen another thing that's supposed to be a fact as far as AMD and the NX is that Nintendo has talked about the NX being a family of systems and that it could be multiple consoles. I'm not disputing that. If you guys remember, I said the NX could be as much as 3 devices. But here's the thing, though. People are assuming that if it's multiple devices, that just puts AMD right there for the console. No. Even if it's multiple devices, it could all still be made by NVIDIA. Having it be multiple consoles does not mean NVIDIA. Does not mean AMD. These are assumptions, not facts. Assumptions. Educated guesses? Yes. But is it proof? Absolutely not. Now, another thing I've been seeing people running around saying that the NVIDIA CEO said that they have no more interest in Tegra for mobile and they have no interest in the gaming sector. This is absolutely false. And this is what I like to call, what's the term I use for this? Forgot the term I use for it. It'll come to me. But pretty much people are just hearing what they want to hear. Oh, yeah, that's what I call it. Rose-tinted hearing. People are just hearing what they want to hear. That I listened to the tapes. I read the complete transcript. That dude didn't say anything about no longer being interested in Tegra for anything other than auto. And he damn sure didn't even say anything regarding video games and wasn't even asked anything regarding video games. What he said, he pretty much he sidestepped the question really into automotive. He said that Tegra is at the base of automotive. Well, duh, uses freaking Tegra processors. All that means is that Tegra is at the base of automotive. That means all of their automotive initiatives use Tegra. Everybody already knew that. The dude asked him if there was anything else that was going to be used for, and he completely sidestepped the freaking question. Let me ask you this. If the only thing they were going to use Tegra for was mobile, that X2 chip was already out in mobile, what the heck are they about to announce at Hot Chips? Why are they announcing the Tegra next? What's that going to be for? And Nintendo, Nvidia never said that they were getting out of mobile. They said they were getting out of cell phones, not mobile. And even then, they said they might even come back if it's a really, really high-end mobile. So they never even said that they were really getting out of the cell phones completely. And people are trying to damage control the fact that they canceled the Shield right before we're supposed to get the next Shield, right before we're supposed to get an NX announcement. It's like, come on, man. Clouds are lining up. The stars are aligning, bruh. Seriously. And I've seen a lot of people also say that, they didn't mention if they had the semi-custom win, which is a phrase that only AMD freaking uses anyway, and they wouldn't use that phrase. If they had a semi-custom win, they would have to announce it at this last investors meeting. No, they wouldn't. They only have to announce things that actually concern the quarter that they're talking about. NVIDIA's fiscal year for 2017 ends before the NX even comes out. They don't have to mention that there. Add to the fact that if they did mention that, that would kind of, spoil some stuff for Nintendo, seeing as how they haven't, announced the system yet. I mean, they announced the system, but they haven't shown it off yet. Nobody knows what it really is. Also adding to the fact that NVIDIA wouldn't have to announce that stuff early. The real reason why AMD announced their semi-custom wins to investors way ahead of time is because they had to. I don't know if you guys have been following AMD lately, but they weren't doing that good. The game console space was the only thing that was really saving them. Okay? They were in danger of being, and they're still in danger of being bought out. I don't know if you guys need to search AMD stock or search AMD. Like people, there are analysts saying that AMD might not even last another few years. Okay, they were not in that good of shape. They had to announce that crap. NVIDIA don't. NVIDIA's making money off of overcharging people for GPUs year after year. They're making money overcharging PC gamers. They don't need to do that. Okay? Ask yourself this. When has even AMD announced semi-custom wins and all this stuff on any other generation? Every generation, when a Nintendo system comes out, we get the partners get announced, the partners do their press release the freaking same, at the same time and same day that the system gets shown. Period. Did you see a press release or investors thing for AMD before the Wii U was shown? No. Did you see a press release or anything like investors conference call mentioning the Wii U before the Wii U was shown from IBM? No. What happened the day the Wii U was shown? Press release from AMD, press release from IBM. Expect the same thing to happen with the NX. But anyway, this video is going on long enough. Let me know what you think in the comment section. But please think before you speak. Have that seat.